Hello, Internet homies. It's Nico here, and the Fools and I wanted to give a huge thank you to everyone that has listened and supported us this year. It has been the second year of us making this podcast, and it has been an absolutely wild ride, and we cannot tell you how much we appreciate all the support and love that we got. So in order to say thank you, we wanted to treat you to a special holiday bonus that Mike and I put together. It is a poem that is read to many of the children throughout Euphrai right now in the time of the Fools. So something that is commonly known throughout the world and a big piece of lore. And if you listen real hard, you might hear how it's maybe connected to another story that we've been telling. Now, my friends, it is time to put on those fuzzy slippers, that big comfy robe. Make yourself a cup of warm hot chocolate. Sit by the fireplace if you've got one, and enjoy 'Twas the Fight Before Crustmus.
"'Twas the fight before Christmas, when all through the land went a call for great heroes, their skills in demand. Warriors' weapons were sharpened and honed with great care. The priests had blessed all with incense and prayers. The wizards had studied and readied their spells. The warlocks communed with their patron who dwells. The rogues and the rangers all readied their bows. The monks practiced kicks and flurries of blows. The bards sang of courage and inspired the ranks, while the druids summoned beasts to bolster their flanks. You see, a portal had opened up deep underground in a cave long forgotten, marked with runes all around. And monsters were outpouring like rain through a sieve, snarling and growling, no quarter they'd give. They came from a place terrifying and bleak. To harvest our world, it was food that they seek. They ran through the darkness, they scurried up walls. They shrieked and they bellowed with blood-curdling calls. Sparks flew from the rocks as they scraped with their claws, and putrid things dripped from the teeth in their maws. As the howls echoed up from the depths of the cave, weapons unsheathed, it was time to be brave. Armed to their teeth, they girded their loins, when a hero stepped forward with a stocking full of coins. He was tall as an oak, and as green as the leaves. He shrugged his great shoulders and rolled up his sleeves. Across his back was a hammer, massive and stout, his heart pure and strong, no fear and no doubt. And he looked to the darkness and gave a slight grin. "It looks like this battle's about to begin." Like stampeding brutes, the Zil burst forth like a wave. The archers loosed volleys toward the mouth of the cave, but the arrows glanced harmlessly off their chitinous hide. The beasts shrugged them off as shafts fell by their side. The captain cried out, "You must hit them there!" driving spear through the spot as she showed them just where. With knowledge comes power, and the warriors engaged. With blades flashing quickly, a new gambit was waged. The Zil could be beaten, run through with a pike. They must work together to distract, then to strike. The wizards and warlocks unleashed all their power. Lightning and fire on the Zil they did shower. But the swarm just kept coming, the tide was relentless. However many they felled, their numbers seemed endless. The monks killed a few, but their casualties were high. The priests were kept busy healing those who might die. The druids and the creatures they summoned to fight were torn to ribbons neath the Zil's deadly might. And the bards sang their songs through the heat of the battle, but the monsters set upon them like wolves upon cattle. It was time for the hero to enter the fray. He'd seen enough blood and darkness this day. He unshouldered his hammer, an heirloom from father. He swung it so easy, like the weight was no bother. The Zil swarmed upon him, but could not prevail. His hammer made pancakes of Zil shell and Zil scale. The air crackled with magic as the hammer struck true. It crushed hard into monsters, and lifeless Zil flew. He swung it overhead to crush the creatures below, and with a sickening squash they perished from the blow. He fought back the horde with the strength of 10 men, but the creatures kept spawning with no sight to an end. Then deep down below in the depths of the black, a new terror rose, making the land start to crack. He was exhausted and bloodied, but he would not surrender. Though his confidence waned a bit as the demon's lord entered, the hero ignored his fears, filled with courage to be brave. He knew if he prevailed, this world would be saved. With justice in his hands and valor in his heart, he destroyed the demon's lord, but ripped the world apart.
And with that, we hope you have an amazing holiday. If you get a chance, make sure to go check out Ethereal Embrace. It's our other podcast. If you didn't quite get some of this stuff, it's probably because it's connected to that. And we think you should go listen because it is kind of the same story, just much, much earlier. In any case, thank you so much for listening and going on this journey with us. It means the absolute world to us, like I've said 100 times over, and probably 100 times more to come. We appreciate you. We hope you all have a great holiday season for whatever holiday you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate any holiday specifically, hopefully your job just gave you some time off to spend some time with friends or family. And as always, remember, be safe. We really, really do love you all. And stay foolish.